Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to hit a little different because it's more of a tribute to the one man that helped kickstart my journey into the world of anime, and that man is Akira Toriyama. Uh, I was about like 10 years old when I first got a glimpse of Dragon Ball Z on Cartoon Network, and I think that was then when they had Toonami going on, and they had Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z and Big O and all this other stuff, but none of those animes captured my attention like Dragon Ball Z. Just Goku, the world building, Piccolo, Vegeta going Super Saiyan. I mean, I remember as a kid tuning into Toonami. As soon as I got home, around like 5 o'clock, I think that's when it came on, right after Sailor Moon, and following from the Raditz saga up to, the introduction of the Saiyans, where we got to meet Vegeta and Nappa, and waiting the whole year for the Z Fighters to start their training arc, all the way to when, everyone basically got murked when Vegeta came through and they had to revive everyone with the Dragon Balls going to Namek and Frieza, the Ginyu Force, all of that. I mean, it was just one hell of a ride as a kid. And, I even remember me and my friends, looking back on it now, it's dumb, but, that's what being a kid was. But, pretending to be your favorite fighter and the Kamehameha Gallic gun battle between one another and reenacting all of that. And I remember they used to have these cards. They were kind of like, Pokemon card games, and Sailor Moon would use the cards for games or whatever, but we would collect the packs just so we would have the art, because it would only go so far on Toonami. I think it would end right after Vacuum, like, just basically mollywopped Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan. And Goku had just arrived, and every time it reached that part of the show, they would start all the way back at the very beginning. So you would tune in all the way from the beginning of when Raditz was introduced up to the Namekian saga, hoping that they would go past that one part, and it would just keep resetting one time over and over and over again. And it wasn't until years later, when I had moved over to Japan, that I was able to buy the VHSs for $10 a pop. And it progressed at that time further than the series. So I was able to watch what happened after that. The fight between Frieza and Vegeta, and, watching Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time, which was one of the greatest moments in anime ever. I mean, everybody knows that scene and just can reenact it just from the heart. But, I would say even, up to when Trunks was introduced, there was just a brilliant way that he was able to keep you engaged in his world and the characters. And even now to this day with Super, even though I don't believe it's as good as Z, but it was still something good to have to watch. He was able to bring that feeling back through the Tournament of Power, I believe, when it was Jiren versus Android 17 and Frieza and Goku and all that. I felt somewhat like a kid again, being able to watch my show. So to hear that this man is passed, and that even though there are people who are huge fans that may be able to carry the legacy on, because, I mean, Dragon Ball it's renowned around the world. There's no way that this series is going to end with him. But I don't think anyone will be able to capture the magic that he was, because he was the originator of it all. He conceptualized this world, and it was so vast to him that he would even forget like certain plot points or characters and whatnot. And I can't blame him, because, I mean, I can only imagine what that world was like in his head. But, just to see his passing online, it's always a shock when you read something like that. Everybody knows that the time is coming, but when you hear about it and read about it, it always takes you aback. And that's what happened when I first read the news about him. And I had to put a tribute video out there, because I've been following his series for years on end. I've been a huge fan. I've had, when I was a kid, the blankets and the pillows and the posters and the cards and the games. Everybody knows with every Dragon Ball Z game that they release, it's basically the same thing. You fight from the beginning, you fight to the Namekian saga, the Cell saga, the Buu saga. But you just love the gameplay, you love the characters, you love the world. And to this day, I'm still playing games like Xenoverse 2. I'm still a fan of it. So it's a sad month and a sad time for anime, with the loss of this creator. And I just had to release a video as a memorial for him, as a tribute. And if I was any good at editing, and knew how to do most of this stuff, I'd go further in depth with the video. But I'm not all too savvy with the tech, even though I'm sure it's pretty easy, download an app, this or that. But doing this YouTube thing is it's humbled me. But that's for another video. I just wanted to give my thanks to Akira Toriyama and the legacy you've left behind. I will always be a fan. You know, you've done a lot for me as a child. You know, I look back and, like I said, you introduced me to the world of anime, and I thank you for that. So wherever you are, you know, we miss you.